What's up? I'm Bryce. We're here with the third episode of In the Element. I'm here with Fallon Johnson, goalie, varsity soccer. All right, Fallon. So, getting started on the season, for how many games you played? Not four?
About four.
Four? How have y'all really clicked as a team so far? I mean, it's early in the season. How have y'all kind of done as a team so far?
On the record, I think we've done amazing. I mean, Denison soccer program, especially for the guys, has had a culture of just not performing well, especially when district comes around. But this season, I feel like we've really clicked as a team. There's a lot of chemistry there. I think with Coach Bach leading us, he's really just setting us up for success.
Mm-hmm. And talking about district, you feel like y'all have high hopes of doing pretty good in district?
Yeah, I think we do. Preseason, we looked really good. Played a lot of really harsh teams, a lot of really good teams, and we just went out there and performed. And I hope we carry that throughout district.
Obviously, being Denison, you look forward to playing Sherman. Is there any other teams that you feel like y'all need to make a statement against?
There is, yeah. So Walnut Grove, third in the state. We've played them already. We lost 3-0, but I think second time around we'll be ready. We'll know how to hit them next time. Being
a senior, a goalie, kind of just a goalie, you're a senior too. You just gotta kind of look out for your teammates. Got to be a good leader. What's some things that so far this year that you've worked on, and other seniors that you've worked on to help guide? Because it's a young team, right? What are some things that you've done with other seniors to help guide this team that is kind of young and, like you said, being good so far? How are some things that?
That's a great question. So we have a really young team, right? We only have about 4 or 5 seniors on the team, so there's a lot of pressure on us to step up and be leaders that we need to be. So with Coach Bach's help, I think the simplest way to put that is just leading by example. Get here early, practice early. Before practice, we do 2-a-days when we don't need to. We lead by example. We should go out and show out. That's what we do. If they have questions or need help, we're always there. We're always there to step up. Always just a shoulder to lean on when they need us. So.
And do you feel kind of like when you were a freshman, do you feel like, did you have that leadership? Is that kind of how you've adapted, or have you just had to step and be like, I haven't had this leadership, I need to set the future of Denison soccer? Were there any examples for when you were playing soccer back freshman year?
Freshman year, there was a good leader. His name was Joe. Yeah, he stepped up. He showed a way for a lot of us, and I think he really set the stage for us to carry on and to be leaders the way we need to be.
So you're an FCA. I talked with Kaylee and Justin. How do you feel being an FCA and showing our school your faith? How do you think that's helped you into being the person and the teammate that you are?
That's a great question. So I think faith is a cornerstone of my life.
Yeah.
So being in FCA, I think it gives me the tools and the resources to really show that. So like on the team, before we eat, I like to pray for us, and before games, I've been blessed with the opportunity to pray for us. And I think it really sets the tone that our team is faith-bound and that we live by faith and do by faith. So
you can see behind us, you got team working hard. Who are you most excited to see play this year or see perform?
That's an interesting question.
Or maybe like next year, see excel next year when you're gone.
I guess, okay. So behind us you got Adrian, Jeremy, and I don't see him, but I guess Dean's out there too. Both of them are pretty young. Like you said earlier, we got a really young team, but they're just amazing guys. They're great teammates to work with, and on the field, they're tremendous. I mean, seriously. I mean, as far as goals scored, they hold the team accountable in that, and they lead us in that. And as far as just being team players, they step up when they need to. So
you can hear Coach Bach is very, very energetic. How do you feel? Because this is what year is Coach Bach?
This is his
first year of boys soccer. How do you feel like as he stepped up? Because, I mean, you have to be a leader, but also you have to have a good coach to look up to.
Yeah.
He's a leader. He's being respectful to both y'all. How do you feel like he's really helped y'all and just being both good soccer players and men?
Yeah, that's a great question. So Coach Bach, I mean, any chance I can talk good about Coach Bach, I'll take. So he's just an amazing person, first and foremost. I mean, everybody on the team knows and respects him and knows what he stands for. We have dinner at his house probably like once a month at this point, right, for team dinners. He's a really good, charismatic guy, and that carries over into coaching too. Like as the seasons progress and as he's taking the time to work with us, he truly cares about everybody on the team. That shows, right? Like whenever you have a question or want to work one-on-one outside of practice, he's there. Whenever you want to go the extra mile to get better or to build up the people around you, he's there. He's always willing. He's always going to be there no matter what the situation is, and I respect him a lot for that. And a good message that he does for building men on the team, because this is greater than this is greater than sports. Right? He has an understanding that some people need the team more than the team needs the player. Right? So with that mindset in mind of building men first and setting them up for success later in life, I feel like that's just making everybody on the team better and more well-rounded.
So you play goalie. A lot of people feel like goalie's easy. I mean, they're just kicking the ball. What's something that like people underestimate or like think differently about being goalie?
Well, I might be a little biased, but being the goalie is not easy.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's pretty taxing, especially physically.
Yeah.
Having to dive. From a macro standpoint, I guess, it might not look like the most demanding position athletically, but it is. I mean, having to make these like several feet dives and having to jump in the air and tackle, and you have to have a strong core just to be able to take the hits and to take the punches that the other guys throw.
It's kind of like being a kicker in football. It's not. Everybody thinks it's easy. It's your job, but as soon as maybe you messed up, it's all on you.
Yeah, I think there's a physicality to it too that a lot of people don't understand, and until you're put in that position, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, being both mental and physical. So let's ask a funny question. I asked this to Caleb. I asked this to everybody so far. You're a goalie. Let's see. Let's do it this way. How old would someone have to be for them to score on you? So like it could be, we're talking, I mean like between, I mean I guess any age, honestly. Like how old would they have to be for them to take you? We'll do between, like we'll stop at 15 because that's kind of like high school. 15 through 18 is off the list because I mean that's what you're facing every day. So between 1 and 14, and then what we say like 18 till 100. What is some like age that will kick a goal on you, like that will probably score? Just a random dude that you see off the street. You grab
random dude that'll probably score on me. Man.
Like age-wise.
That's an interesting question. I mean, luck happens. Right?
Yeah.
If you get a good lucky placement, nothing you can really do about it. There's always a certain spot on the goal that I can't cover. But
okay, so then let's ask this. Let's do 8-year-olds. You have a bunch of pee-wee 8-year-olds. Like, how long, time-wise, would it take until they score on you?
On a goal that we play, like high school goal?
We'll do 8-year-old goal.
8-year-old goal?
Yeah.
Never.
Never?
8-year-old goal is like to my hip.
So you're just locking down the whole time, full 90
full
minutes.
lockdown.
I guess they probably feel like 30 minutes probably. Little 8-year-olds probably.
I would be willing to bet longer than 30 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. How many 100-year-olds would it take? They're in their wheelchairs or their motorized vehicles. Wheelchairs. How long is it taking for them to score on you?
If someone's in a wheelchair, I'm hoping they never score on me. But
you're not even gonna feel like a little sorry. Just let them kick a goal.
Man, bedridden 100-year-old. Man, I'm gonna say never.
Never. Okay, there you have it. Fallon is locking down 8-year-olds and 100-year-olds. All right. Go back to freshman year.
Okay.
Being the leader, senior year leader that you are now, what is something that you wish you told freshman Fallon to work on, maybe accept, maybe kind of fail on? Like, what is something that you would tell freshman Fallon? Just anything.
If I could go back to my freshman self, I'd probably tell him you reap what you sow. And the effort you put in, you'll reap tenfold. So freshman year, I was committed to the team, I was committed to players, but as far as doing work outside of practice, I wasn't really big on that. Right? It was whatever my excuse was, whether it's time or activities. I never went that extra mile. And it wasn't until I guess junior year that I started to take my role on the team really seriously, and started to commit hours and hours outside of practice. Because like if I want to succeed, I need my team to succeed. In order for me to do that, I need to set myself up for success. So. And
that's kind of being the leader that you're talking about. You gotta both look after the team, but then also look at yourself, because you got to be a good example too. So, a lot of people don't go to the soccer games.
No.
You know? What is something you want to tell the fans or the DHS? What is something you want to tell them about Denison soccer?
Denison soccer. I'm gonna be honest. It's lively. It's energetic. Everybody loves to go. That goes. So, the tickets are cheap. I mean, it might be a little cold. It's not for the faint of heart, but I promise you it's a good show. So if
Party Pit needs to show out.
Party Pit needs to show
Basketball
out.
season is over, so that means you got to come and watch this high-intensity soccer game.
It gets physical. It's a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
High school soccer is completely different than pro leagues.
Oh, yeah.
We're not scared to get in contact, and we're not scared to throw it down if it needs to happen.
Quit down.
I mean, that's what happens.
Is that something y'all have worked on, Coach Buck has implemented, of just being physical and not being soft? Just kind
We're
of-
very physical.
Oh.
Yeah.
And is that something you really need to be a good soccer team, physical? Because a lot of people be like, soccer isn't physical, all that stuff. Do you think being a physical high school team kind of sets you to the advantage?
It sets us apart. Yeah. So our team is full of very physical, very strong, very capable people, and that shows on the field.
Yeah.
Whenever we're challenging for balls, or whenever we're or just like jousting for it, whatever the situation may be, us being stronger than the other team shows, and it puts us in an advantage.
All right. Well, that's the end of episode 3. Thank you, Fallon.
Yeah, of course.
And we'll catch you later. See ya. Appreciate it.
Yeah.